we're going to film you all an alternate route to get to Drennon Sunday morning, because we have it on authority from just about everybody that lives anywhere near Drennon that it is flooded. So if you're coming from Shelby County, Oldham County, Jefferson County, parts unknown, Timbuktu, you're gonna have to take an alternate route. So where we are, downtown Newcastle, the county seat of Henry County, and we are heading north on Highway 55 right now at the courthouse, and this is where a lot of you all would come from 146 over there on the left where you see the dump truck, and some of you would be coming the route I'm on right now. Some of you would be coming from Campbellsburg, north of here, in all different directions. So what we're going to do now is, instead of getting on 202 Drennon Road right here at the edge of town, we're going to go past it. So we'll be going to Port Royal Road. You'll see that coming up just a mile or so past here. Now, we've seen pictures this morning, we've been looking at a lot of them, that Lockport Baptist Church has water right up to the building. And we're certainly hoping and praying that's not ever going to occur at Drennon, because that would be quite the flood. But where they sit, right down near the Kentucky River, it's absolutely flooded. They've got water coming all the way up Ace's Grocery right there in town and completely covering the road. Some of the pictures we've seen in the Drennon area that we've been sent by a lot of you are that 202 is flooded right where it meets the bridge, the old Drennon Springs area where the road is Franklinton Road, where the springs still flow and will probably never stop. It's completely over the road, across the road. We also know and have heard that it's flooded down at Collins Hole, where all the camping and fishing take place, where the Collins family had their big house up on the hill, and near where the Holmes family lived for years and years and years, up to very recently. So we just passed Drennon Road. Now we're in unknown territory. Lots of traffic in Henry County today, including some of our neighbors. Hi, just past Leah and George Klempner running through town here. And we're heading outside of town. We'll be heading towards where the country club is and the new park. There's the new park right past the cemetery. So you need to plan Sunday morning to leave early. We hope this doesn't turn into everybody doesn't come to worship on Sunday. I know that's totally up to you all in your choice of what you do, but there is an alternate route, and you might have a fun time driving this country road and maybe put on some bluegrass music or something like that that will fit the occasion. Our traffic right now, of course, is going to be very slow heading up 55. And this very well could occur tomorrow morning too. We're supposed to have our Sunday school classes in the morning at 10 o'clock. So if you're part of that, young man, young lady, kids, parents of kids, get yourself out the door extra early so that you can get down to the church and go this route to get there. You simply won't make it through 202. I don't know if we're behind a tractor that's in front of that semi or behind an Amish wagon, or is it just the semi? Okay, just the truck. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's passing something too, isn't he?
Right, it is a tractor of some sort.
Oh, okay. Well, we are in a rural farming county, so that's how we roll here. I'm glad of it. Good morning. All right, here we are passing the Henry County Country Club. Beautiful. Don't see a lot of people out golfing this morning. A little bit nippy. Got Their business is going to pick up big time this week, I bet. All right, so you can just about see where we're going to go. Port Royal Road is right across from the old Forey farmstead that's up there on the left. A beautiful 1800s house.
And might I add, Maria and I stopped off the side of the road here and took pictures of cows yesterday so she could send it to her sister who lives in Florida that just can't imagine we see all these cows on the hillside.
She loves that every time we drive through Henry County.
So we stopped and we took a picture of Maria in front of the fence with the cows, and I sent them to her today so she could send them to her sister.
Now here's our turn. Our Port Royal Road is 193. So you're going to want to turn here. If you're coming from the south, turn right. If you're coming from Campbellsburg, turn left onto 193 North. This is a beautiful drive, Port Royal Road. You saw, like I said, the Forey house that we just passed. That's one that Harriet and I would love to write an article about and have talked with the owners of it before and hope to have that in the future. So now we're passing the road department and we'll be headed towards Lacey and towards Port Royal.
Heading around Eleanor's stopping ground.
That's right. That's right. So truly one of our church matriarchs, Eleanor Jones Sharp. We go see her every week or so, bring her a recording of what's been going on at the church, including the service and the bulletin. We're getting more and more of our people coming back, but we know there's still some that aren't back quite yet. We're hoping that's going to be soon, very soon. Some beautiful farms out here. This is the route that Harriet and I drive pretty often when we take our little Sunday afternoon drives. We're getting ready to do that. And we explore some history. This is a way to get not only to alternate route to Drennon, but it leads straight to Port Royal and through Lacey.
I'm getting car sick right now.
Yeah, if you're getting car sick, look away from the video. Just listen to the dulcet sounds of our voices here. But also to Turner Station, we just read, each of us, a book, a memoir written by a lady, Josephine Turner, that she spent much of her childhood growing up on Turner Station Road that we will pass in downtown Lacey. Really interesting. Okay, there's right here the other end of Batts or Bates Lane that lets out onto Drennon Road. So there's several roads that cut across from this one to that one. So we're running parallel to Drennon Road. It's just a mile or two across to my right of where we are. And this is a good road and we're on high ground, so this one will be safe to take to worship tomorrow. Won't be too much longer before these roads are surrounded by green countryside. See a beautiful John Deere tractor coming up through the big farm there. Now the brown tones of the farm, but this is one of the beautiful ones, and we've had some of our church family work here in the past. Glenview Farms, that's right. Big old farmhouse up there on the left. I know on the video it's harder to see because it's out distant, but just some lovely old farms out here. And taking this route often reminds me, probably our most noteworthy local author, Wendell Berry. His stories take place out this direction. In fact, several of the locations of the stories are on this road leading up to Port Royal, which is called Port William in the stories. Heading across, we are on high ground. This is the Antill Cemetery, beautiful 1837, extremely well kept with the dry stone walls. Beautiful old farm up there. A lot of cows, so Maria, if you watch this and if you come to worship tomorrow, you'll see these cows. You won't see your normal Drennon cattle, you'll see these. We're getting closer and closer to metropolitan Lacey. which will lead into downtown Lacey here pretty soon. We'll be near Hopewell Baptist Church, which is about a close to 200-year-old church. Older than ours, I believe, for sure. And they're doing very well. Judge Barry's farmstead over there on the left. Now we're getting ready to get into some hills and dales that lead right to Lacey. And this is a pretty spot right here. But like Harriet said, if you're getting car sick watching the video, just pay attention to the curves and the turns at where we're going to be turning off here in a little while. And there is Hopewell Baptist Church. A beautiful old church. God bless them. 1819. How about drive-in service? Yeah, they have a radio station hooked up for the parking lot. I don't know if they're meeting inside or not, but they do at least have that. They might have both. 202-year-old church. Now we are coming into Lacey. So we're going to pass through Lacey. This is where we drive to go see Miss Eleanor. Powell Lane, that'll be up here on the right just past the intersection, takes us to her place, but we're going to go a little further to get to Maddox Ridge. So the old town of Lacey, there used to be a school here. There used to be, a lot of commerce here. Not a whole lot left.
Someone named Lacey, I don't know.
There might be. The school sat right where that yellow sign is right here on this property. And there's an old ice house on that property. Not many left. Where that car just pulled out was Powell Lane. Back there.
Eleanor.
Yep, Miss Eleanor's back there. So now we are headed between Lacey and Port Royal. I like this old farmhouse up on the left. Needs some loving on it for sure, but very distinctive house. We've got beautiful architecture in Henry County, and we've written about somewhere around a dozen of the houses. Including one that's going to come up pretty soon. Pauline Batts' old place that now Tyler and Hannah Cox have. It's up here pretty soon, and they think this one could be, some think 200 plus years old. We'll get to it. Yep, there it is. Really neat old house and farm. Across from Bishop Lane.
Beautiful property.
It is beautiful property, including up here where they have the spring with rock walls built around it. Love that. So we're headed towards Port Royal, but we're not going to get all the way there. Mile marker 6. Looks like we've gone 6 miles on this road thus far. And we're getting closer to where we'll turn. Junction of 574, that would be our route. Maddox Ridge Road. Coming up on the right. Here we are. And we thank you to one of our church sisters for giving us that road name yesterday to make sure that everybody's able to find it. She distinctly said that some of our out-of-county folks will need the number to put it into their phone, get their directions. So we are now on Maddox Ridge Road, and this will take us to Drennon. So we're crossing essentially back across from where we were on Port Royal Road, back towards Drennon. be on Drennon Road because good luck. But this takes us right to Troutman Hill, which is the road next to the church.
And if it changes, I mean, if the water recedes, then we'll let you know as soon as we know.
Yeah.
To take your normal route. But right now, this is what we got.
Yeah, and we'll try to estimate how much longer this route is. From where we left, we're going to swing to the left here. Now, if we had gone straight through that little one-laner, that's Ransdell, that takes you back to Powell Lane. Another route to Eleanor's. Where she lives is kind of the convergence of the two. So yeah, if we have a receding of the water, we'll get you back on your regular route, but otherwise we'll let you know how much longer this is. It takes us from our house about 12, 13 minutes to get to the church from our house, and we'll see how much longer this is. We just saw pictures this morning from a very close neighbor of the church that down in front of their place, it's completely flooded over into their property. They live across from the bridge, more or less, and it's completely across 202 and not passable. It's not like it's just shallow, it's too deep. Now, if you want to reenact an episode of the Dukes of Hazzard, mate, that's up to you, but not on the way to worship tomorrow, please. So we're on high ground. Maddox Ridge, obviously a ridge. There's not going to be the flooding here. I mean, it would take a lot. If this road gets flooded, well, the church is underwater.
Should have built an ark.
Should have built an ark, yeah. Well, maybe we can put our children's Sunday school on that or something. They can build it. That's kind of like years ago when we were part of the LaGrange Presbyterian. We built a replica, smaller replica of the tabernacle from the times of Moses, and that was really cool. We need to do some big church-wide event like that where everybody throws in together. Yeah. Every single person in that church had a job.
Ours was a candelabra. Ours was a candelabra.
Yeah, we made the candelabra kind of like the menorah type thing. You know, it had a certain number of candles, and we painted it gold, and
used a microphone stand.
Yeah,
of your dad.
That we later pulled all the tape and the
masking tape.
We covered it with masking tape so that we could paint it, and so that we could get it back to him. But that was a lot of fun. We need to do something like that. So we're still on Maddox Ridge right now, and we'll get to a little bit more familiar territory pretty soon, because we'll be heading down to the chapel. We'll get right to it, and then we'll take just a glimpse at 202 to see what it looks like, because we're not going to have to look far to see it flooded. And in fact, we might even get some road closed signs down there. Anonymous, but we've had certainly church family live up here too, and folks involved at Drennon. A couple of our lovelier birds right there. Those were not bald eagles, by the way, nor were they doves. Enjoying the leftovers of the road today. I don't know if we'll be able to fish from the front porch of the church tomorrow morning, but we might be close to it. We know that the fishing territory has grown exponentially down in Drennon this week. Now we're starting to be able to see down the valley. There is Drennon. Just see it down there, the old sites. I believe that was the Hotel Military Institute site right down through there. Yep, there it is. That's pretty cool. See it across the ridge and down the valley. We're getting close to Troutman Hill pretty soon. And you know, Harriet, I don't think I'd ever noticed that across there before. I just happened to look across, because I'm usually driving on this road. You got to watch the road when you're driving. So being a passenger, you can see all the way down from Maddox Ridge over to the old historic sites of Drennon.
Looks like Dellenberg
lovely area, though. We have a lot of different types of topography in Henry County. We've got high and low and everywhere in between. And this side of the county, the eastern side of the county, has a lot of the pretty parts, for sure. And you can see how we're getting hilly now, more up and down than we're getting to the hill that the church sits near the bottom of, Troutman Hill. Of course, the Troutmans, we've heard stories from Miss Eleanor, our historian, with
Her family.
right, her family, and therefore links with the church. We're passing Joe Durbin's farm. Got some horses and donkeys right there. A lot of clearing out of timber this year. Oh my, I see Drennon Creek. Wow, it is Drennon Lake. Man. It would be really neat to have the reenactment from Easter 10 or 12 years ago when Steve Cravens rode his amphibious vehicle across all the way to the church in a suit, no less.
Well, we had that. Then we had Chuck Adams flying over Drennon Church.
We have had that. We've had people arrive at church by horse, of course, and by gator. Charles did that. Now we're going to turn right. This little road on the right, which is not marked, is Troutman Hill Road. So you see this red siding house with a red barn behind it. This is Troutman Hill Road. We are basically at the church. We go down this precarious road. This is the ones where we hear the Amish horses go clip-clop on Sunday mornings. Many of you see it out the window. Good distraction from the sermon. So come on down through here and we will be at the chapel in just about a minute or two. And this is a road we don't enjoy driving in good weather. If you're on ice, it would be something, but it's fine for this weekend's alternate route. It's a pretty one. Just be sure when you're driving, look at the road.
Yes, that you're not recording.
Yeah, don't record yourself. Your passenger can. If you want to record someone's going, no way, look where we drove today to get to church. This is so crazy. Let the passenger do that. This is an old road on an old hill. And we got it. And look at
Oh my heavens.
Drennon Creek. It is all the way. All the way. Yeah. This is way above average. It always gets high every year. Oh, there's a nice deer stand down there. Very nice deer stand. Looks like you could bunk there pretty easily. And of course, naturally, the steepest part of Troutman Hill is right at the edge of our property. And you can see now it opening up. And that is our shed on the left. That is our chapel on the left and our cemetery. And it has taken us 24 minutes to get here from our driveway in Newcastle, which is about an extra 10 to 15 minutes. So if I were you, I would plan for an extra 20 minutes tomorrow morning. So it seems like we have one of our members here. So it looks like Adrian's here right now. So yep, she is making sure we're ready for worship. And look at the view out there. Mark Edens Field filled 3/4 of the way.
Let's go down this way just for a minute.
Just for a minute. We're gonna, oh boy, yeah, there's Lake Drennon.
The sun cast is good.
So if you want to bring your beach attire tomorrow, yeah. Wow. This is something. So, pretty full down this way. Now the place that it's over, yes, it is closed. I can see over my shoulder to the right.
You didn't go that way.
So yeah, 202 is closed, and that's where the hill is. Probably could just turn around and head back up the hill. Well, we'll give you a couple of last views here before we turn off this video, and we'll end with a view of our campus as we drive past it. We're going to head back up Troutman Hill Road in a moment. There's our shelter that was repaired by members of our church when it got vandalized at Christmas. Ho, ho, ho. And I'm going to head back up this way. A church campus that just might look a little different this time next year with our construction project. So we'll just leave it right here. Any questions, call us. So Port Royal Road, Maddox Ridge Road, Troutman Hill Road, and the chapel. Bye-bye.